Well, I am in La Push, Washington, which is on the northern portion of the Washington coast. You can see the Pacific Ocean in the background. So we'll check out the La Push area. There's some national forest this area as well, and then I might even get a little bit into the Forks area in this video. So here we go. I'm starting out at First Beach, which is near the heart of La Push, Washington. La Push, Washington is home to the Quillayute tribe. I'm up on the jetty right next to First Beach, and this is the mouth of the Quillayute River. This is looking back at the town of La Push from the end of the jetty. I'm back on First Beach, and I'm going to walk to the end of it. Well, I'm back at the access point to First Beach, and we're looking up the Quillayute River. My plan was to walk up to the marina to see what I could access. Not all of this land is open to the public. This is the marina in La Push, and from here I headed up to Second Beach. Well, I am at Second Beach now, and I misspoke earlier. I thought the public land around here was managed by the Forest Service, but it turns out that it's managed by the Park Service. It's about 7/10 of a mile down to Second Beach, and one thing that's interesting about this beach is that you can actually camp down there, and I've actually done this once before. There used to be self-registration at the trailheads for Second and Third Beach, which I never got to. But it looks like they've taken away the self-registration, so you have to go online to get a backcountry permit or go all the way to the ranger station in Port Angeles to get a backcountry camping permit for Second and Third Beach. Well, it was a pretty busy day when I was headed out to Second Beach. And it was a pretty constant flow of people on this trail. I did my best to not film anyone while I was on the trail and when I was down at the beach. Well, I'm past a slight bend on Second Beach here, and we're away from the majority of people, which were kind of surrounding the end of the trailhead. This is the area of the beach where you generally see more tent campers. I did see a few already, but the beach is about a little over a mile long. Well, this is the end of Second Beach, and I didn't intend to come all the way down here because it was going to result in about a 3 to 4 mile round trip hike, but I made it. So I'm back at the trail, and if you look up on the tree, you'll see a circular symbol that's white, red, and black. And anytime you see those in Washington State, there's a trail nearby. With all these rock outcroppings during high tide, it's possible to get stranded. So they built trails. So if you see one of these symbols and you are stuck, look for a trail nearby. Well, I'm back at the trailhead to Second Beach, and there is this paved trail which does go all the way into La Push proper. There is a view spot just up ahead that I want to check out. Well, this is the view spot, and just below those trees is First Beach. This ended up being a wrap for the day. Pick up tomorrow in the Mora area of the Olympic National Park, which is across the Quillayute River from La Push. Day 2 up in the La Push area, and I'm at the Becker Park. It's at the junction of State Route 110 and 110 Spur. There's a junction in the rivers right here. Directly in front of me at the end of this ramp is Slough River, and then you look off to the left, it's the Quillayute River. And then further to the left, you won't be able to see it, is the Bogachull River. Alright, we're looking upstream on the Slough River. That bridge directly above is State Route 110 Spur. I'm still in the Leyendecker Park, and directly ahead is the Bogachull River. There must have been a shift in the river, and so now you can't access it from this part in the park, and you can't even see it anymore. Okay, I'm at the Mora area of the Olympic National Park. I'm right across the street from the entrance sign to the Olympic National Park, and this is the Slough Trail. My plan was to try to make this quick because there was a lot of parking restrictions in this area. I wasn't quite sure if where I was parked was legal, but it didn't end up being all that quick because you could see the trail is not very well maintained. Probably doesn't get a lot of use. Okay, we're at this junction in the trail, and then off to the right leads to the Mora Ranger Station and Campground. That trail looks like it doesn't get maintained as well either. This is part of the Quillayute River, and this is the end of the Slough Trail. Alright, this is the final spot that I stopped in the La Push area. This is Rialto Beach, and we're looking back towards La Push, Washington. Now my plan is to walk all the way down to the hole in the wall. I'm getting close to the hole in the wall, and I want to point out that the tide is pretty high at this point. And as I got close to it, I saw some people doing some rather dangerous stuff trying to get to the hole. Now the thing is that this portion of the beach is part of the Pacific Northwest Trail, and so there's always these bypass routes to get you around the cliffs. So as you get close to a cliff, look for a trail that goes around it. On top of getting around the rocks, you also get amazing views like this one right here. Now I didn't film the south side of the hole in the wall. This is looking on the north side of it. You can probably see just on the left side maybe a little bit of the hole in the wall, but as you can see, even during high tide you can access this area pretty well once you get to the bottom of the trail. Alright, I'm at the bottom of the bypass trail. I'm going to look around for a little bit. There's a few tide pools. We'll go check out the hole on the wall. Well, this is the hole in the wall, and this is going to wrap it up for the La Push area. I want to thank you for watching.